Hi, welcome to the vlog. I'm incredibly tired. It is 7:01 p.m. 7 o'clock. I was supposed to be here at like 3:45. So, all told, that is not the worst possible thing that could have happened. But anyway, welcome on in. My name's Meredith Phillips, and we're going on a writing retreat. I must look an absolute disaster. Wow. What an incredible day. Honestly, what an incredible day. I am currently in Scranton, Pennsylvania, home of The Office. And tomorrow I'm going to a multi-day writing retreat that is hosted by my literary agency, Madwoman Literary Agency. So I'm very excited to get to go to that. I purposefully, past Meredith knew what was up, I purposefully decided I'm gonna come into town like the day before, so that if there's any flight cancellations, if there's delays, anything goes wrong, like I'll have, the extra day, it'll be fine. I'll still be able to get to the retreat stuff on time, right? Good thing I did. Good thing I did. Oh my gosh. What time is it? Oh, it's like 7:30. I lied to you earlier. It's 7:35. I haven't eaten dinner. The only thing I've had to eat today were 2 packets of Biscoff cookies. That was not a problem. I had some pork barbecue. Thank you so much to the Charlotte, North Carolina airport. That was delicious. And coffee. And a bagel. I did have a bagel at like 6 this morning or something. Anyway, I'm gonna order some food. I have to connect to the internet. My life is a chore. So anyway, this day has just been wild. I got up this morning at 3. I was at the Houston International Airport at 5. I got through the check-in. Everything was fine. Like literally 2 minutes after I got in through like the security, the main security stuff, I got an alert on my phone and they were like, your flight's been delayed. And I was like, ugh. So at first it was delayed like 4 hours. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss my connecting flight in Philadelphia. That's not good. I managed to get booked onto an earlier flight, but I was still going to miss the connection. So TLDR, instead of flying to Philadelphia as previously planned, they booked me on a flight to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I was like, fine, at least I'm on the right coast at that point. I got to Charlotte. The Charlotte airport is amazing. Like, it's beautiful. And it was exactly noon when I got like into the main like terminal area and stuff. It was perfect time for lunch. They had the typical Burger King, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and I was like, I'll eat that kind of stuff, sure. And then I saw they had a Carolina Pit barbecue place, and I was like, that's the one. I took one picture of the food. Here you go. It was delicious. I know you can't see it very well in that picture. I ate all of the food in that picture in about 7 minutes. It was delicious. I had it all over my hands. I didn't care. It was probably on my face too. I had to go to the bathroom afterwards just to like clean myself because it's so messy. It was worth it. It was so good. It was so good. There was like a 2-hour layover until the connecting flight to the little like regional Scranton, Pennsylvania airport that's here. So I'm like kind of chilling. I did do some work. I got through almost all of chapter 35, so that's great. And then they were like, oh, wait, the flight is delayed. And I was like, it was delayed an hour. And I was like, okay, that's not too bad. Then we got like within 30 minutes of it being like time to go or whatever, and they were like, oh, delayed again. So it was delayed like 2 hours. Finally get on this flight. We take off. We land. Nothing crazy. It was a pretty short little flight. They're like, okay, we're gonna disembark, and we're all just sitting there, and they're not opening the door. And then they were like, oh wait, the little like thing, the like extendy hallway thing that they attach to the airplane so you can get off. They were like, wait, we're waiting on it. Hold on a second. So then we were like sitting there for like another 20 minutes waiting for this thing to, anyway, finally get off the plane. Oh, and they made me check my little bag that I bought purposefully so that I could stow it and not have to check it. And they were like, it's a really full flight. And some of you guys have to check it. So I was picked to check it. And I was like, gosh, darn it. So anyway, checked it. Went to the thing to get it. It was fine. But if I can keep it with me, I would rather. It was fine. It came out of the thing. It was fine. I go over to the car rental place. I get the car I had rented. No problems. I go to the car in the lot. This is so embarrassing. Why am I telling you this? I click to open it, to unlock the car. It unlocks. I put my stuff in. I get in the driver's seat. I put on my seatbelt. It's a push button start, which I think like most cars are nowadays. Anyway, push the button. Have my foot on the pedal, on the brake. Push the button to start. Flashes a message on the way too intricate display board. And it was like, press the start button with the key fob to start the car. I was like, what? Okay, I guess. So I'm pushing the start button with the key fob. Every inch of that key fob touched the start button at some point, and it didn't do anything. And I was like, what does this mean? I'm Googling, like, it's a Kia. What is this, some sort of weird tech thing I've never experienced before? What is going on? What does this mean? Huh? Press it with the key fob? What are you talking about? Just start so I can go. I had to go. I got out of the car because I could not make it work. I was like, I'm going to have to go ask that poor guy at the desk to help me, a flailing old woman, figure out how to start a car. And so I got out of the car. And I was like, let me get my stuff. So I go around. It's locked. I press the button to unlock it. Does not unlock. It's not unlocking. I was like, I don't know what happened. So I go inside. The guy was so nice. He was like, that's weird. He was like asking exactly like how I did stuff. I was telling him, and he was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. He was like, it's not complicated. He took off the battery, like to check the battery. It was fine. As he's checking some things, this girl comes in. One of the girls that had been in front of me in line. And she goes, excuse me, are you Meredith? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, your stuff is in our car. And I was like, what? I had gone to the wrong car. Listen, I'd gone to the wrong car. And this wonderful young lady came to find me instead of just taking my stuff or driving off without noticing it in the back seat. Oh, thank God. It was literally everything except for my cell phone. I had my cell phone in my pocket. That's it. My wallet, my computer, everything was in there. So anyway, mystery solved. It's just me being an idiot. Got my stuff out of the car that was theirs. The lovely guy at the desk helped me find the correct car because I don't know. It was very confusing. They didn't have it labeled good, okay? But anyway, finally got the car. It started without me having to push the start button with the key fob. And then I drove 3 miles to this lovely little place that I will stay for 12 hours. So anyway, that was a really long little diatribe there. You're welcome / I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to order myself some food. And they said at the desk they'll bring it up to your room. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to go anywhere to retrieve it. Amazing. So I'm going to get something. I don't even know. I'm just like, feed me. I'm so thirsty. I haven't drank any water hardly at all today. And now I've just talked for like 10 minutes. So let me just like chill out. That's all I'm going to do for the rest of the evening, frankly. I'm going to unpack some stuff, settle in. I'm going to watch my favorite Zelda YouTuber playing through Tears of the Kingdom for the first time. I'm going to finish the episode from yesterday. I may even watch the episode that came out today if I'm feeling crazy. It's almost like bedtime though. It's fine. All right. So anyway, the weekend can only get better from here, right? I'm going to go. And then after this, we'll hopefully be having lots of fun with other writers and getting a ton of progress on this draft. I also am a writer. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I'm writing a book. I've already written a book. I've written a lot of books, but only one of them ended up like getting me an agent and a book deal. It comes out next year. Why am I doing this? Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm so tired. Bye. I'll give you the nice view, or at least try to. Look at all that. Look at all the green trees. I'm like, wow. I'm back on the East Coast, baby. I'm so excited. I had to drive, like, I think that out there, I'm pretty sure I don't know if you can see it in this clip, but the road that's going this direction, it's 81. It's I-81. I was driving on 81 again. I hate 81, but it was nostalgic nonetheless. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I got into the bed last night and I did sleep, but not for a very good amount of time, I don't think. I don't know how long I slept. It wasn't enough, and it wasn't very... I woke up at like 2:30, and then I woke up at 5:22, and I was like, well, I guess I'm getting up. So it's almost 6:30, which is when I can go down for breakfast, and I am pretty hungry. I very much want coffee. So, what is the plan? Should we talk about plans? Let me set you up somewhere so we're not doing like this the whole time. Hold on. All right, so my literary agency is hosting a writing retreat. I don't know how much of this I've already explained to you in that clip from last night because I was kind of like all over the place. But anyway, the writing retreat is about an hour from here in Boyd's Mills, Pennsylvania. There's like a little retreat center. So I'll be heading there a little later today, but I can't check in until 3. So I've got some time for being in Scranton and doing whatever, I guess. I'm really, like, I have to check out of here at 11. So what my plan is to spend a little bit of time working and writing until I have to check out. Then I'm I don't know where I'm going to go for a few hours. I do need to stop at Walmart or somewhere to pick up a few things that I couldn't bring with me or didn't want to risk bringing with me. I just wanted to do carry-on stuff. I didn't want to have to check a bag. So I didn't bring like shampoo and conditioner and, face wash and all that kind of stuff. They had stuff here for me to use today, but I want to be able to, have my own stuff for the next couple days, so I gotta get that kind of thing. So, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try to find like a little coffee shop or something. Somewhere to kind of hang out. I didn't plan this part of the trip very well. I did look for coffee shops at one point. There are coffee shops in the area. Did any of them look like I could sit there for 2 hours? Maybe. We'll find out. We'll run around. I'm sure I can find something. I have an audacious goal, a writing goal for this retreat. I would love to finish draft 2. I would love to finish draft 2 this weekend. I am in Act 4, basically. I was working on, like I think I said yesterday, I was working through chapter 35, which is the last chapter in Act 3. And I had gone through it and done some work. I'd gone through the whole thing. But there were still a couple things I needed to add, and I just didn't find a good spot to add them yet. So I'll go back through it and do another little pass of chapter 35. But then after that, I'm done with Act 3. Act 4 right now is the shortest, I think, of all the acts. It definitely needs a little fleshing out. I think I said this in the last vlog, but it's the last thing I was writing when I was doing the first draft. So I was, my energy and stamina for that kind of writing was just like slowly tanking as we went through the draft. So I do think this act is particularly underwritten, which again, word count wise is going to send me off into another planet, I think, but that's fine. So at the moment, I think there's like 8 chapters, something like that. It's not very many, and maybe chapter 35 should technically be in Act 4. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, I would love to be able to finish the whole thing over this weekend. That would be really good. I'm really happy so far with how things have gone. I already, though, have things in mind for like what I still need to fiddle with and everything, so there's definitely more work to be done after this, but it'll feel good to finish out, draft 2 will be done. We might have like a draft 2B, draft 2 part 2, I don't know. But that's the plan for the moment. They've got a nice little like writing space over here. I didn't even show you the hotel, did I? It's just a hotel room. It's not really that. I mean, it's a nice room. I liked it. The bed was soft. Like, I'm too old for that kind of a bed. I need something firmer, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, they've got this nice little, whoa, they've got a nice little writing workstation. So I'll get over there in a little bit. All right, I'm back from breakfast. They had a nice breakfast. Eggs and sausage. I had some yogurt. I had a blueberry muffin. Coffee, of course. So that was good. The coffee was good too. It wasn't, you know, sometimes places like this will be like, this is the darkest roast coffee you've ever had in your entire life. And no matter how much sugar you put in it, it's still going to be bitter as all heck. But this was not that. It was delicious. So feeling okay. I did also decide to take advantage of the free laundry facility they have downstairs. I have just like the clothes I wore yesterday. And then I also, like, the thing I really wanted to wash, this is so dumb, but I had, like a little cardigan sweater kind of thing, because of course planes are usually like freezing. And so I had this cardigan that I brought with me, and it didn't smell bad, but it's just been everywhere on every plane, in every airport, all through yesterday. And I was like, it just feels like it's gross. I don't know, but I want it, you know, to use for the rest of the trip. So I'm gonna use the free laundry machine. So I have my cell phone timer set for, it was at 25 minutes. So I have to go back down there and put everything over into the dryer when it's done. But that's nice. Yeah. So while I wait for my clothes to wash, and the lighting in here is so weird. There's this light right here, but then it's like super orange. Is that better? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna pull up my stuff here and reread. This chapter is so chunky. Reread this freaking chapter 35. This is like a big chapter. Like, this is the third act. I don't want to say twist. I don't feel like it's a twist. It's just a disaster. Maybe it is a twist anyway, but it's there's a lot of action happening in this chapter. And so it is a chonker. It was at almost 2,800 words in the first draft, and it is now at almost 3,500 words. And there's still a few little pieces, just, well, maybe like one piece that I need to put in here somehow. So I don't feel like I need to add a lot of words, but I was also working on this piecemeal in the airport lounges and on the plane, and I was, you know, sleep was not a good thing. So who knows how this reads at the moment. So let's go ahead and reread it and just kind of decide, do I need to fix things here? Was I too sleep deprived to really be doing a good job yesterday? Who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and read that. Hopefully find, I really do need to, there's one piece in here where it's like, wouldn't the heroine be kind of concerned about this? I think she would be. And it's not mentioned at all in the chapter. So, and there's, oh, and I need to do some research on one little piece here. I had found, I don't want to say what this is because then that'll give away what's happening in this chapter. But I found a reference to something and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they had that kind of thing in the, you know, in the early 1800s. So then I was researching this thing and it's very, I mean, very handy, very cool. And then what I found was saying like, you know, different villages or towns would have one of these things and it would be used as necessary. But then I was like, who would have had it? Like, it had to belong to someone, right? And most little rural villages didn't have like a mayor. It's not like it would be at the mayor's house or something like that. So I need to figure out like who kept track of this. I don't know. So anyway, a little light research perhaps a little later, but let me go ahead and reread this stuff and see how it's looking. All right, I am officially done with chapter 35. It's at 3,700 words now. That's fine. It was pretty okay. I just sort of fiddled with some of the wording. I added in the one little piece that needed to be added in, so that's done. So I'm going to check that off, and I'm officially in Act 4. Act 4, hold on, I can count now because I have it open in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters, which includes the epilogue. And yeah, my laundry's going to be done in a few minutes, so I'm going to go back down there and grab that. And it's only 9 o'clock, so I still have, 2 hours before I need to check out of here. It is so windy outside today, and I'm just enjoying it. I looked at the weather for the next few days, and it's supposed to be in like the 70s. Hello? It's June? It's like 90 in Houston. I'm so glad to be on the East Coast again. It's so nice. I feel like 70s, even for this area, is kind of cooler than it normally would be. Anyway, I'm happy that it is not going to be blazing hot the whole time. So yeah, I guess I brought my planner with me so I can check things off as I go. So I guess let me just keep going. What time is it? When do I have to go pick up my clothes? Oh, I've got like 3 minutes before I need to head back down there. So let me check off things in my planner, and then I'll do the clothes, and then we'll keep going with this. We'll take a little break. Okay, I was just washing up the dishes, the couple little dishes I used last night for dinner, and look what I found. It's the cutest little salt and pepper shaker that you've ever seen. Look at how cute they are. They just little guys. All right, I actually ended up taking a slightly longer break. It's like 10 o'clock now. I went and got my laundry, and then I was like putting it away, and then I was like, let me just pack up the rest of my stuff and like get myself ready. So I did that, and I can see all those trucks out there. Hold on, look at this. You see all those trucks out there? Inching along. That's 81. That's 81 for you. They're just crawling. I think that's the direction I have to go to. Hopefully it'll be cleared out in an hour. But anyway, I've cleaned up my stuff, and now I have like an hour left before I have to check out. So I'm gonna read through chapter 36. It's a shorter chapter. I think it was only like 1,500 words right in there. It's kind of a reaction chapter. We have 35, which is very chunky. There's a lot going on, action, crazy stuff, chaotic. And then this one is going to be like a, oh my goodness, and sort of a reflection chapter. So a little quieter. Maybe I can get through it in an hour. I don't know if I can get through the whole thing, but let's sit down and do a little bit of work before I have to leave. It's always funny after you write the first draft and you're going back to reread it and do the revisions and everything. There's always like a few words or phrases that for some reason your brain was like, this is the one we're going to use all the time for everything. So one of the things I noticed in this first draft of this book that I don't remember ever using ever before is there are multiple instances of people shoving doors open with their shoulders. Like the door's stuck and they're having to kind of, jam it open or wedge it open, whatever. Why do we have so many stuck doors? And so much effort going into opening them? It's so random. Anyway, I need to kind of finish my last little cleanup and get out of here. I found a couple coffee shops that I will make my way toward the Back Up on 81 classic. I mean, can you really come to this area and not be stuck in traffic surrounded by 18-wheelers on 81? Reliving the magic. They're not far, but it's like gonna take me forever to get there just because of the traffic. Anyway, it's fine. I don't have to be anywhere in particular for quite some time yet. Pack up here, hit the road, go to one of these coffee shops. They're both I found two. They're both like very different. I'm not sure which one I want to go to. I'll figure it out. Anyway, let's get going. All right, so I made it sort of. I have so many things to say right now. Okay, it's currently raining and I don't have an umbrella, so it's not that bad, but I'm going to hang out here, chat with you for just a second, see if it stops momentarily. The coffee shop is just right across the street. It looks super cute, so I'm excited to go in and see what's going on in there, I guess. I went to another one first, but it was literally in downtown Scranton. Did I look up the location of any of these before I plugged it in? No. I just looked at the website and I was like, oh my gosh, it's cute. There was no free parking anywhere. It was all like street parking or like really shady looking garages. And I was like, let's try the other one. So this one is like in a neighborhood. Like these are houses. There's houses here. And this one is just a house that they turned into a coffee shop. And I'm like, that is so weird. Imagine just living next to a coffee shop. That could be great, actually. It is not far from the hotel. I'm in Pennsylvania. I grew up in Northern Virginia. This area is like very much, I would say it's in the mountainy region, the Appalachian mountain region. And so it has a lot of hills. There's hills here. I love a good hill. I have not driven down a hill in almost 7 years, because Texas does not have hills where we are. They have hill country, but that's farther west. It is so flat in Texas. I never go down a legitimate hill, like Hill TM, you know what I mean? So the hotel was up on a hill, and to get down to the main road, I had to go down the hill. And I had to like apply the brake as I was driving down. It was so funny. Anyway, I just haven't had to do that in so long. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Now let's talk about this rental car, because I'm an old lady. I have complaints. First of all, when you take your foot off of the brake, in my opinion, the car should start to roll forward. I like that because sometimes I just want the roll. I just want to go a little bit and not make it a big deal. If you take your foot off the brake, the car does not move. Now, I assume if I was actually on a hill, it would start moving, but it does not move. You have to push the accelerator to do anything. And sometimes I just want to move forward a tiny little bit. I don't like that. I'm cranky about it. The second thing I have to complain about is this nonsense. You can't even see the entire display. Look at this. Look at this. Do we need this? Do we need all of this nonsense? It's all touchscreen. There's way too much information here. Who needs to know the tire pressure on a regular basis? No one. No one. The funniest thing is it's all fancy and it's so sleek and whatever. And then this is the volume. Like, what? What? They were like, we're going to make this the fanciest, techiest car ever. And then we're going to have a literal, like, roller to be the volume. Whenever I'm in the market for a new car, I swear I'm just going to have to buy a 2006 Toyota Corolla. That's all there is to it. It's fine. Like, it drives fine. It drives very smooth. I'll say that. Anyway, now there's a guy behind me. Of course, is he coming to the car next to me? No, he's just walking in the rain. Okay, great. All right, so it's 11:30 now. I'm going to, I guess, go in. It's drizzling a little bit, but I'll be fine. And yeah, hopefully I can sit here for a little while and do some work.
You weren't retired when Joe died, right? When my husband? No, when Joe
All right, I'm back in the car. That was a really cute little coffee shop. 10 out of 10 recommend. I got a honey lavender latte, which I've never had before. It was very good. And an absolutely enormous cranberry scone. Scone, if you're not American, I suppose. It was delicious. And I got through all of chapter 36. Is that what I was on? Whatever the next chapter was. I got through all of it. So, excellent. It's only about 1:30. I really can't leave for the retreat center yet. It's about an hour from here, and I can't check in until 3. So, I do need to still stop at Walmart or somewhere. Walmart was the only thing that I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I can get what I need there. I tried looking for just, like, grocery stores, and they, like, didn't have any. They were all, like, little mom and pop kind of places. There's a weird guy walking a dog and, like, looking at me like I'm crazy, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm just kind of driving around and enjoying these cute little neighborhoods and stuff. I'm enjoying driving on hills. Amazing. I'm just kind of hanging out until it's time to go. So, see you soon. Here we are. Here we are. The chair's a little squeaky, but here we are. I made it. I will say the drive from Scranton to here, it's very rural. It was very like back roads, windy, twisty, up and down, which I haven't driven on anything like that in a long time. So that was kind of fun. I also, the highlight of the drive was the fact that I found the 90s station on the Sirius XM they have in the car. And they were playing some bangers. We had NSYNC, we had Salt and Pepper, we had Christina Aguilera. It was great. So I'm here. It's almost 4:00. I think the first like official event for the retreat is dinner, which is in a couple hours, of course. And I don't really have anything to do until then. I know there's other people here because I saw various folks while I was driving up, but I don't know if people are like congregating somewhere. I don't know. I'm kind of just fine like chilling for a second before I try to venture out. It also, I feel like I'm gonna have to put up my hair because it is windy. It is windy. I don't know if that's because like we're in the mountains and it's windy in the mountains, or if it's just an unusually windy day, but it is blowing out there. And every time I've stepped out of the car, my hair is like all over my face. Anyway, this room is super cute. They have a ton of different little amenities for you, which is very handy. I'm very comfy in here. I put away some of my stuff, got unpacked a little bit, got my computer set up here at the desk, and yeah, I'm ready for a nap, frankly. The one thing I wish was a little brighter is the lighting. I have all the lights on in the room right now. It's very low lighting, which is fine. Like for me being in here, I don't mind at all. And there's a lot of windows, so that's really nice. But for video purposes, I think some of the shots you're going to get over the next couple days might be a little dark. So I'll do my best. I, of course, could not bring my lights with me on the airplane. We will have to make do with what has been given to us. Yeah, so let me just kind of hang out for a minute. Chill, try not to fall asleep on that very comfortable looking bed, and we'll get going. I don't know how much I'm gonna vlog, like, I don't know. I'm always such a doofus when it comes to like taking the camera out in public, and I definitely don't want to film something where like other people are and then they did not want to be filmed, like that's kind of icky. So let me just chill for a little bit and I'll check in with you later. Alright, so listen, I did tell you the lighting was maybe not going to be the best. It is, hold on, it's exactly 8 o'clock. Hi, I'm really tired. We had a really nice dinner, very fun. Got to meet a bunch of people that I had met before, so that's nice. And then I came out of the building where they have all the meals set up, and it is literally like the perfect weather. The wind just has stopped, so it's not windy anymore. And it's like 72 degrees. There's no humidity at all. And it just is, it's really nice out there. So after dinner, I took that little walk around some of the grounds. I saw a fawn, so that was very fun. And I saw some chipmunks. So honestly, great evening. So I am going to, I think, just sort of wind down for the day. I'm very excited to get in that bed when it's time for sleep, because I am just like, I'm just tired. I am just really tired. I'm going to try to do a little work on a presentation that I'm giving on, when am I giving it? Saturday. It's still a few days away, but anyway, I was feeling confident about it, and then I was feeling not confident at all. So who knows if it'll be any good, but people are going to listen to me talk for like 20 minutes, so get ready for that. Yeah, so I have some slides that I created a few days ago for this presentation, but it definitely still needed some work. So I'm going to log in and kind of do work on that for a little bit. I don't feel mentally equipped for doing, for working on the manuscript right now, I'm just really brain dead. So I'm going to try to work on these slides and make them a little more cohesive, a little more understandable, and then go to bed. So I will see you in the morning. So it's our first full day on the retreat, and it's already off to a roaring success because there's a deer back there. I didn't even see it until I started filming. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And I saw the bunny. Hold on, let me see if I can get the deer. What a pretty girl, or maybe boy. I don't know. I can't tell if that was antlers. Okay, bye. Okay, hold on. I gotta get it all set up again. We're also either feast or famine in terms of the lighting, okay? So you're just gonna have to bear with. But yeah, we're off to a good start. I've seen bunnies, I've seen deer, I saw a fawn last night, I saw chipmunks yesterday. I love observing nature through a glass window. But anyway, it is 7:08. I had set my alarm for 6, and I woke up exactly at 5. So I'm doing, I'm still a little tired from the traveling and from not sleeping good the night before last, but it's fine. I'll get through it. Anyway, today should be a good day. We have breakfast here shortly, and then we've got a bunch of writing time. We've got some presentations from some other writers who are here. More writing time, and then dinner. I mean, honestly, what else could you ask for? I worked on my presentation a little bit last night. I'm still not like 100% happy with it, but I don't have to present until tomorrow. So I still have a little bit of time to work on it. And we are currently on chapter 37. Oh my gosh, it's too bright. Never mind, you'll just have to believe me. I'm on chapter 37. My actually audacious, goal for the weekend, I think I already said this, was to finish the draft. Like, finish these last whatever number of chapters it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chapters. 8 chapters in what, 2-3 days? I don't know about that, but we'll do as much as I can. I really like how this book ends. There's some really nice moments between different characters, and I really like these final 8 chapters. So I'm excited to get to work on them. That's it for the moment, really. I'll be back in a little bit after we're done with breakfast and we're actually getting started on some writing. Hello again. It is a little after 11:30. I did get some work done. I did finish chapter 38. No. Yes? 37. I finished chapter 37. And then I was exhausted and I went back here and I took a little nap. It's almost lunchtime. So I think what I'm going to do is reread chapter 38, which is the next chapter. This one is a sad chapter. We're in like dark night of the soul. Everyone's miserable. Literally everything has been ripped away from everyone. It doesn't seem like there's a path forward, etc., etc. And so, yeah, this one is the heroine just sort of wallowing in her misery. Yay, we love it. And so let's see, what kind of notes do I have for this? Yeah, my notes are not helpful. I have one note that just says something else at the end. Okay, like what? Just give me the answer. Oh my gosh. But it's currently about 1,700 words, so let me reread it, and then I can kind of have it in my brain, be thinking about it during lunch, and then we'll work on it this afternoon. All right, we're back in the land of sun doing things of its own accord. So I'm pretty convinced that that little oh, you can't even see it. Hold on. You see there's that like little grassy tree outcropping right out there? I am pretty sure that that bunny from this morning lives in that that little patch because I keep seeing it like right out here. It lives next to me. And we're friends now. He ran away from me when I got too close, but we're still friends. Anyway, hi, it's quite some time later. I got the next chapter finished, so we're doing good on that account. And then I came back to my room to practice my presentation for tomorrow. So I did that and I finished up the slides. I sent those to the appropriate parties. And I think it's almost 4 o'clock. We've got a little something going on at 5, so I'm gonna go to that. I think I'm gonna maybe sit in this chair and do the next little, I think I'm gonna sit here in this chair. It's just like a cozy little nook over here and read through the next chapter. I think I know what the next chapter is and I really like it, so I'm excited to check it out. Ugh, there's a bug. Sorry, there was a little bug that I had to smush. Anyway, let me read through the next chapter and maybe kind of get started on it. I don't know how much work needs to be done, but we'll do something. And then we'll take a little break. They're doing some sort of like movement for writers, exercise. Make sure you're not sitting on your butt all day, which will probably be good for me. And then it's like dinner time. So it is so, I cannot get over how nice the weather is here. I'm so confused. I'm like, I lived in Virginia my entire life. Pennsylvania is farther north, but it's not like that much farther north. The weather is perfect. It's like 75 degrees. There's no humidity. It's just gorgeous. And I also have to say that the air smells so much better than the air in Texas. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And as I've been walking around today and like last night, I'm just inhaling and it's just like, it literally smells sweet. And it's not like, oh, there's lots of flowers in bloom around here or something like that. It just smells so good. Why did I move to Texas again? It's just because that's what we could afford. Anyway, all right, let me go grab my computer and get to work. All right, 5 chapters to go. 5 chapters to go. I'm very excited. It's almost time to head over for the exercise and dinner. Maybe I can get to another chapter, or at least start the next chapter after dinner. We'll see. I am getting pretty tired. I'm really hoping I sleep solid tonight, but we'll see. Yeah, let me head out, take a little break, and we'll see what we have energy for later tonight. Of course, I did not get any kind of video from the dinner. It was delicious, but I just hate filming where there's other people who maybe don't want to be on camera. So anyway, that was all very good. I got some stretches in. There were certain stretches I could not do because I'm not that coordinated, but other than that, I had a great time. It is just now about 7:30. I'm taking care of some business first that you'll get to see pretty soon. Have I sold you on my newsletter yet? Because I've got like, I don't even know, 3 or 4 things coming down the pipeline that you're gonna know about sooner or later. But if you want to know about it sooner rather than later, then sign up for the newsletter. The link for that is in the description. But after I finish this one last little email, I'm gonna try to get through one more chapter, chapter 40. Chapter 40. This chapter's 2,700 words long, almost 2,800. Oh, this is a lot of work. But I really like this chapter. We've got all our guys back together again. And I do love them. This is a good scene, but it's just a lengthy one. So anyway, I'm going to try to get to that pretty shortly after I finish this email. I might try to go for a walk at some point later. It is so, I cannot get over how perfect the weather is. Like, it's literally, you could not ask for better weather than this. It's perfect. It's perfect. So I feel like I should, and there's like no mosquitoes or anything. I'm just like, this is great. Am I outdoorsy and I just didn't know it? No, not really. So let me kind of get working on some of this, and then maybe we'll head out a little later when it's still like pretty light out, but the sun is setting right now. And so like if you walk anywhere toward the sun, it's just like immediately in your face, you know? So anyway, let me finish up my work here and we'll head out a little later. The bunny is outside the window, so obviously I'm not getting any work done over here. Alright, so as you can see, it's getting to be that time of night where I don't really have enough light in here. So I took my little walk. It is like chilly outside. Like I almost wanted more than just this little cardigan. But it felt really nice. And it's just nice out there. So I was very distracted with the bunnies who were out there like almost the last hour and a half. So now that the windows are closed, I am going to try to keep going in chapter 40. I reread it. I did manage to reread the whole thing, and then I changed like 2 paragraphs, and that's all I did. So not super successful, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna try to do a little more, but I'm gonna sign off for tonight since it's just kind of harder to see me. So I will check in with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last full day for the retreat, but then Sunday we can stay like through lunch, like they serve lunch, and then we can kind of hang out. I think they said in the common areas. We have to vacate the rooms so they can, you know, clean them and stuff. But we're allowed to stay a little later, which I will do because I don't have anything else to do except go back to the airport. So anyway, that's still 2 days later. For now, I already said what I was going to do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Saturday. It is almost 7:30, so I'm going to head over for breakfast here very shortly. I did get up quite early, not on purpose, but I woke up at 4 and I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to get up. So I did finish chapter 40, which felt very good. And then I actually reread it after I'd gotten ready and just tweaked a few last little things. I think this is the longest chapter. It's almost 3,600 words, which is crazy. But it's a big chapter. There's a lot happening. So anyway, it is what it is. I have 4 chapters to go. Can I do 4 chapters today? I still have like time tomorrow. I'll still have some time tomorrow to work on stuff. So maybe if we can get through 3 today, then we can do the epilogue tomorrow before I leave. That would be good. Today is just another day of working. I do have my little presentation later today, which will be fun. We might need another nap this morning. But in any case, I am going to head over to the little food place, get some coffee. I did have some coffee here in the room, but more coffee would be great. Some food would be excellent. All right, it is obviously quite some time later. It's about 11:20, and you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked at this information I'm about to tell you. I'm on chapter 41. I actually reduced the word count by almost 300 words. I know, thank you so much. There was a section in here I had taken out and used earlier in one of the earlier chapters, and so I had to delete it because the characters had already had the conversation much earlier, so I had to delete it from this chapter. And then there really wasn't anything else I needed to put in here, I don't think. So it's just sort of a little shorter. I'm not mad about that at all. So, done with chapter 41, which is great. I think I'm going to read chapter 42, and then it'll probably be almost time to head over for lunch. Maybe. I have my presentation in the middle of lunch, so I'm anxious, obviously, but it's fine. I'm just going to keep working on this for a little while, and then we'll head over for lunch. For the blog. Okay, so the conundrum. Do you need social media as an author? Everyone needs social media. You better have 1 million followers or you're never going to get a book deal. So, no, that's really not true. The short answer is no, you don't. You really don't need to do anything. There's several opposing opinions or like thoughts that are out there. One is that you need to be active on social media, especially when it comes to marketing your book. Nothing you do on social media, though, is going to move the needle on sales. I haven't even debuted yet, and I'm like sick of the move the needle on sales phrase, but that's okay. And then the other thing you keep seeing is editors are like going to stalk you and check on your social media and see how many followers you have and how much engagement. Blah, blah, blah. While social media does provide a way to connect with other writers and readers, it's not necessary, I don't think, to get a book deal. So I went on Publishers Marketplace and I did some digging. I did in fact spend a lot of time on Publishers Marketplace last week because I'm kind of crazy. But I had a question and I was like, where can I find the answer? Do you need social media if you have a debut novel coming out? If you go on Publishers Marketplace and search debut, you get all the deals from the last however many years you want to look at. And you can then look up those authors and see, do they have a presence on the internet? So that's what I did. So here's the data. It's a lot. I looked up 265 people. All right, so I looked up every single one of these authors and tried to find, do they have a website? Do they have an Instagram? Do they have a TikTok? Whatever. And I was surprised that 75% were on Instagram and only, what is it, like 12% were on TikTok? I thought way more people were going to be on TikTok. Maybe they are and I just missed it, but this is what I could find from a simple internet search, okay? And you can see also the numbers in terms of the follower counts. Most of them don't have very many followers. So, what is the real takeaway here? Y'all need to update your gosh darn websites. Oh my gosh! Also, you need to make a website, please. It was like a 60-40 split in terms of who had a website and who did not. 40% of these debuting authors did not have a website. I personally think if you're going to do anything on the internet, make a website. All right, so I'm doing pretty good. I honestly forget what was the last clip you saw or what I last talked about, but the presentation went good. Did I say that yet? I'm thinking of doing a video on that because I think it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on all of it. It's basically about, do you need social media as an author? I think you'll enjoy the answer. But anyway, let me know if you have any interest in that down in the comments. But I did finish chapter 42, which means I have chapter 43 and the epilogue left to go. 43 is only about 2,300 words and the epilogue is shorter. So I think I can finish. I don't think I can finish today, but I think by the end of tomorrow, I can definitely finish. I should have a little more time later, like after dinner, to keep going with stuff. And then we'll still have time tomorrow, like before I have to actually leave, you know, to go back to the airport and everything. So I think I can do that. I think I can do it. I'm really excited. For now, it is about 20 till 5 and I have had a headache for the last several hours that I cannot shake. I took some medicine. It's still not going anywhere. So I think I'm gonna lay down for a little while just to see if it can kind of just like chill out and go away because it's just annoying. And then, you know, we'll head over for our last dinner already. I could stay here for like 3 weeks and it maybe wouldn't be enough. This has been so nice. But anyway, let me take a little rest and I'll check in with you later. Oh, bye. All right, we're back here again. Did I get a single shot of my dinner? No, I did not. It was burgers though, with coleslaw and potato salad. And then they had ice cream sandwiches, like with chocolate chip cookies. And then it was like caramel ice cream on the side. It was great. The food here has been amazing. The only thing that I couldn't eat was yesterday's lunch, which was quesadillas. If you know, you know. But everything else has been delish. So food gets put in front of me and I'm just like, I'm going to eat it immediately. There's no thought about taking a video of it. You know what I mean? So anyhow, it is, I think about 8 o'clock, 8:14. And I have 2 chapters to go. Chapter 43 and the epilogue. I'm going to try to at least start 43 today. I think even if I don't get very far, I should be able to finish those 2, I think, tomorrow. I'd like to at least get some ways through 43. I'm so happy with how much I've gotten done. I'm feeling very good. I would like to remind you that the original due date for this was July 17th, and it is the 20th of June. So I'm like a month ahead. I'm just a really great writer, you guys. But anyway, let me pull up this official last chapter and see what all needs to be done. I don't think there was a huge amount. Yeah, there's not really that much more, or that much to add. I don't feel like this one's pretty fleshed out as it is. It's about 2,300 words, so let's see what I can get done before 9 o'clock, which is in 45 minutes. Okay, once again, I do have to apologize for the light, but it is 9:41 p.m. I'm staying way past my bedtime, but I'm done. I'm done. I finished the epilogue and everything. I have revised all of the chapters. There are still multiple problems in this novel, don't worry, but I'm done. I'm done with draft 2. I'm done with draft 2. Yay. Do you want to know the final word count? The final word count. Oh my gosh. We started draft 1 with 80,928 words. In the last vlog, I guessed that the word count total at the end of draft 2 was going to be 104,000 words. I think that was before I started revisions on the Act 4 chapters. So let us find out how many words I have in this freaking book. You're not going to believe me. Hold on. 104,076 words. Do I know myself as a writer, or do I know myself as a writer? I can't believe that was so spot on, actually. Okay, I just talked for 2 minutes and apparently it wasn't recording because it just turned off. Anyway, okay, so how am I feeling? I'm feeling really good. I'm so glad that I got through this so much faster than I was anticipating. The more time I can have to do revisions before I have to send this to my editor in October, the better. What else? Oh, the biggest thing I feel like is still a problem is the heroine's character arc. It's messy. It's a little messy. And so I feel like I was just kind of like shoehorning things in at different places and it doesn't really flow. I don't think it really flows together all that well. So that'll be something that I need to look at more closely when I go back through this. For the moment, what I'm probably going to do, I had sent Act 1 to my critique partner and she's reading through that. And then I want to go back, I think, and read through like Act 2 and like just read through the rest of it. Just to clean up any little things that are noticeably like super messy before I send those next acts to her. But I don't think I'm going to try to clean up the character arc stuff before I send it to her. We'll see what happens. For now, though, I need to go to bed because tomorrow's going to be an extremely long day, but we'll get there when we get there. So I'm going to put this away for now, get in my bed, go night-nights, and then tomorrow is just like breakfast, and we can do some work after breakfast. I'll have to pack up in here. I have to be out of the room by 11, but I can hang out in some of the like common buildings and have lunch, and then I'll have to hit the road at some point shortly thereafter. That's the general plan for tomorrow. I don't know how much I'm going to vlog tomorrow just because, I mean, especially once I get to like driving and getting to the airport and all that. It's just a small regional airport, so it's not a big deal. But anyway, I'm not sure how much I'll vlog the traveling portion because it was stressful getting here. Cross your fingers that it's not stressful tomorrow. Let me go ahead and turn in for the night, and I'll do some sort of check-in tomorrow. Well, good morning. It is the final day. You will be so proud of me. I did, in fact, take some video footage at breakfast. Here you go. Incredibly detailed. Thank you so much. It is about 9:15. I do want to... Oh, there's a little chipmunk. I do want to get back to rereading some stuff in this manuscript and working on a little bit more writing stuff. But before I do that, I do want to at least like halfway pack up my room. I don't have to be checked out of here until 11. So I still have a couple hours until then. Yeah, but I'm already like, so let me just pack up my stuff. Not everything, because I'm still using stuff, but I can certainly pack up a bunch of stuff. And hopefully it'll all fit in my suitcase again. But I'm going to spend a few minutes just kind of tidying up, getting some stuff together, and then I guess I'll head over, I don't know, I'll go somewhere else to work on some stuff. I don't know where I want to go, but I'll go somewhere. My plan, I guess, for what's next, I forget what I told you all last night, but I'd sent Act 1 to my critique partner already, and now I have the whole rest of the book. I was planning to send it to her like one act at a time, but I was on just such a roll with like the revision. I didn't want to go back and be messing with what I do before I send it to her. So anyway, she's getting the whole rest of the book in one chunk. But I do want to go back before I send it to her and just like reread things. I'm not going to change anything major, but I don't know if there's any little piece that stands out to me that I need to add to, or that's messy somehow. I'll tweak little things. I probably don't need to do that before I send it, but whatever. So I'm just going to be rereading and tweaking little things today, and then we'll have a little break from this. I'm not sure how long she'll take to go through it. Not too long. She's usually pretty speedy. There's another chipmunk. Oh my gosh, they're so freaking cute. I just want them to like sit on my shoulder or in my hand so I can pet them. But while she is working through the read and leaving me little comments and suggestions and stuff, I'm kind of torn on what I want to do next. Because like I said, the heroine's character arc needs to be fiddled with in some manner. And so I don't know if I want to try to do that like immediately, or if I want to just sort of put this aside for a second, do some more brainstorming for other things, or what exactly I want to do. So there's people walking by outside. So they're probably like, what is she doing in there? They know I'm a vlogger. It's fine. So yeah, I've got options. And then I need to at some point send it to my agent because she had offered to read too, which would be awesome. I think I want to try to mess with the character arc stuff before I send it to her so she's not like, girl, what are you doing? That's it for now. Let me start packing up a little bit and I'll be back when I'm actually writing something. All right, it is 10:42. I did walk around for, I don't know, 20 minutes, took some little pictures and stuff. And I've been working on Act 2 again, just sort of rereading these chapters and making little tweaks, like I said. I do need to vacate my room, though. I'm supposed to be gone by 11. I've packed up my stuff. I have to leave. I'm sad. But I'm just going to head over to one of the other buildings that's like a common area, and I'll work there for another hour or so before lunch. Maybe do a little work after lunch, and then it'll be time to take off. Go back to Scranton. Let me pack up my last little things here and head out. Well, here we are, back in the car. It is about 1:15. I'm leaving way too early, but I'm like anxious to leave, so I don't want to leave, but then I'm also like anxious to like hurry and get on the road, like hurry and get to where you need to be so you're there on time, which is dumb because my flight doesn't take off until 5:30, so I've got plenty of time. But anyway, I'm just gonna go. I have to fill up the car before I return it, and I also need to figure out like what am I eating later today, because this airport in Scranton is so small. It has a Dunkin' Donuts and it has some other sort of little cafe, and like that's it. So I could get something there, I guess, but I don't know what they have. I mean, I know what Dunkin' Donuts has, but I don't really want that necessarily. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. This has been such a good trip. I feel very accomplished with all I got done. I'm feeling very good about the state of the draft, the state of the manuscript, I guess, and how far I've gotten in not that much time. I mean, I'm going to do a few little last tweaks, I think, to this draft, but then it's going to be like, you know, getting critique partner feedback from my agent, and moving into draft 3. So I'm really happy about that. I feel like I'm good on time-wise. So anyway, let's start the incredibly long journey home, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will not be delayed as I was coming here. We shall find out. Well, here we are. It's the end of the vlog. We're back in Texas. We're back to the overflowing trash can behind me as per usual. It's actually Tuesday. I did make it home on Sunday, but it was literally like midnight when we walked through the door. It was okay. The flights were like slightly delayed, like a 30-minute delay, so it wasn't bad. I didn't get rerouted through anywhere crazy. I made it back in one piece with all of my stuff, so that was excellent. Yesterday, I basically just tried to catch up on sleep. Not super successful, and then just sort of settling in, doing laundry. I edited the vast majority of this vlog yesterday, so that was good. And now today I have to go back to my regular day job, which is terrible. Terrible. In any case, I need to wrap this up because this video is already incredibly long. One last little shout out for the newsletter. If you haven't subscribed yet, the link is in the description below. There will be fun things coming soon. Hopefully. I'm waiting for the okay to tell you. But if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and in the comments, leave me some sort of summer emoji, like a summer camp emoji, because portions of this retreat definitely felt very summer campy. If you haven't already, you can click the subscribe button. I usually post videos on Fridays. Thank you so much for watching this very long video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.